What is up, legends? We are back and chilling in a new game called Starfall Fantasy. This is a EU game, so the minute I say EU, you already know that it's going to be on rails. It's going to have VIP, multiple VIP. It's going to basically be an idle and have 5 million things on the screen, which is pretty much what this game does. Now, one good thing that this game actually does is it puts all the stuff right here for you to actually just put the character together and gear the character. Like, it's an idle game, pretty much. So while we're going through this, and the main reason why I'm actually doing this is because I was asked to do it, because it's one of those games that ends up like with ads and everything else, and you guys already know what I do.
Purchase galore. Get jades and other great items at the cost of 0.
Wow, that was a voice. That was definitely a voice. I wasn't expecting that, but so you know what happens. Like, we get called in to come and look at these games, and then we make the video. So when whatever happens, people can come in and say, okay, pass or smash or whatever you want to call it. But I do want to mention something about that, because I think people don't pay attention when it comes to oh, I forgot I actually clicked that button. I was like, what is that? I'm kind of like OP for this right now, because we RPG managed. Well, characters is just gonna be wrecking, and I'm a gunner. So the reason why I'm saying people don't pay attention is that, remember that these games are supposed to be played on the go. Mobile games are supposed to be mobile. And the reason why I'm saying that is because we saw it again, like last night. Like, I'm so confused because I prep you guys and the community for this stuff. The same thing, just like with Street Fighter. I prepped everybody when the minute they made the Taiwanese version. I got into the Taiwanese version. I was like, y'all better not make this the one that comes global. And deep down, I knew that that's what was gonna happen, because that's the easier game to manage. And it's an idle game, and that's what's popular right now. I keep telling you guys that it's a $1 billion business. Not Epic 7, not Genshin, not any of those games, not any of the games that are like kind of like built Tower Fantasy, that are like built to be like PC games on mobile. They're a small part of the market. A very small part of the market. The market is what you're looking at right here. You can get mad, you can say they're trash, you can say whatever else. They make billions of dollars. I don't understand how. I can say that. But billions with a B. Like, more than we'll make in like 10 lifetimes dollars. That type of thing. Like, me too, I ain't gonna do like in my lifetime. If I put my whole life together, I'm a millionaire, but like not like every year that I'm a millionaire. It's nothing like that. I put my like entire life, and I would need 1,000 years to do, if not more, to do what these games do. And the main reason is because what happened is the public is starting to play these games the way they are supposed to be played, on the go, mobile. And when companies start getting popular, what ends up happening is that, say like with EU, which I found out why EU like keeps making these games, is that they have a following. They have people who follow, people who spend. And what ends up happening is like, go say this game, Starfall Fantasy. People like the game and everything else, and then what happens when they get towards the end?
King waking soon.
What they do is
for king.
they don't go hard with the end game of these games. Like, they kind of like sunset them out, and then eventually they get canceled. But what they do is they move on to the next game and give you something a little bit different, give you a different type of theme. Like, say if it's Transformers, this particular game, they're gonna go G.I. Joe the next one. That's just an example. Nobody's done that, so don't get hyped. And that's what happens. Like, so in a sense, these are disposable games. But it's kind of ingenious because they never have to do like complete end game. They just keep going to the next game and people just keep paying for it that way. And what ends up happening is you just end up, it's like a manga. Basically, you read the manga, you get to the end of the manga series, and then the manga author makes another manga. And because you like the manga author, you go to the next manga. And that's what happens in these games. That's why we're seeing so many of them. Again, I'm not saying I like it, but I'm just explaining the industry to you, why it's happening, and what's happening with these games. So, say like with Tower of Fantasy, last night I seen people talking about, oh, you hardly do anything in this game. It's an idle game. Like, what do you mean you hardly? I'm trying to. Like, what do you mean you hardly do anything? It's an idle game. You're not supposed to be running around like this is Final Fantasy 14. And I see people saying stuff like that. It's like, why do they keep making these games? Like, you hardly do anything in them. And it's like, it's obvious that these types of games are not for you. What you're looking for is stuff like Epic 7. What you're looking for is stuff like Tower Fantasy and games along those lines. And those games are very hard to actually make. They take years. They take 5 to 10 years a piece, each game. So you're not going to see them like every week like that. That just isn't going to happen. Like, and it's never happened. And I don't really think people understand that. These games, like this stuff, like takes like a month. Being straight up with you, I know what engine they're using. I know what resources they're using. I know how they do it. It takes like a month to make these games, and then put it in. And if they don't do sound work properly, it takes even less time, because sound takes up more time than the actual programming, because the engine is like an engine is actually making this game, which is why the games usually end up doing the same type of thing and the same type of path, and then having. It's a straight up engine where you just plug and play and put stuff in. It ain't a cheap engine, so don't think that you're just gonna run out there and just do it all willy nilly. You ain't gonna do that. But that's how these games keep, like EU especially. I'm literally saying their name every week with a new game, and I'm not kidding. Like every week, I'll be like, dang, man.
The Grave King has awoken.
And I bet you they're millionaires. This boss is kind of cool. Turn into a god. That's exactly what I just did. Turn into a god. So we're gonna smack him up. Now, see, if I made a game like this, I would make it more action-based. Like, you gotta control. You ain't gonna idle every damn thing.
This is the Holy Archon Atlas. You can reserve one source within it and find a way to revive it.
This is like somebody's mother. They got to do voiceover.
The revival spell is a spell from heaven, and access to it is guarded by a god deep in the underworld. With your measly strength, the road to Acheron would be quite a challenge.
Wow. Just wow. Just wow. I'm gonna die. His name is Ban. Ban that guy. They make you do that. Obviously, that's just to make you catch the L. I don't know, 118 already. This is about an hour into the game, by the way, and I just wanted to just come in and like give you guys a quick look on what the game looks like and what it's about, because it's a global launch, and I know some people, actually, now I'm not even going to say some, a lot, a lot of people like these types of games. And again, it's consumable games where you just come in. It's kind of like old school gaming. This is what we used to do back in the day, except we weren't idle gaming, because if they could have made this back in the day, they would have, because this is exactly what Blockbuster was. This essentially is free-to-play Blockbuster all over again. And it's ingenious, but at the same time, I wish they would just do more with it. Just do a little bit more with it. Some games do. Like Legend of Neverland, we don't give... Like, we memed Legend of Neverland in the beginning because they were definitely copying off of Genshin, but it rounded itself into a really good game. We don't give games like that enough credit, because that's actually a good top tier version of these type of idle RPG manager type of games. Even the other game that's on Steam right now, which I'm trying to remember the name of it, actually Nikkei is a classic example of top idle. Nikkei is an idle game. It's just an idle shooter, but for the most part, you never actually have to even do anything if you don't want to. Like, if you just bad at shooting, you can just build your characters, RPG manage, and then the game will do everything for you, except for the bosses. You can't get away with the bosses. You're gonna get wrecked. You try to do that on bosses. Don't do that on bosses. Don't even go in co-op. Do that. Don't do that. But for the most part, that's an idle game. And again, the favoritism towards certain things is crazy, because if you saw Tower Fantasy, people were complaining. I'm gonna give you an example of how people just be BS and don't pay attention to stuff. All through the chat is like, they got 2 different currencies for summons, and like, you got the paid currency over here, and you got this free currency over here. It's not fair because you get the paid currency. You're not getting any paid currency. All right, hold on for a second, chat. You guys who are watching this video, what does Nikkei do? Nikkei got rainbow currency. This gave us free rainbow currency because they 25 million downloads right now, by the way. And they got normal blue currency. The blue currency is on a normal banner, which was the first banner originally, and then they made the rainbow banner after that, which is that. 2 different currencies, right? But they not complaining over that. Epic 7 has midnight summons, friend summons, elemental summons, normal summons, and there's a 5th one too. 5 different currencies. 5 different currencies. And your free currency doesn't affect midnight, by the way. It'll give you you can actually hindsight do it when you get up to 6 pieces, and then you can go in and get midnight that way, but it doesn't directly affect it. Genshin has 2 different currencies. It has the good one and the quaint and whatever the other ones is. That has 2 different currencies. Exos Heroes has 3 different currencies. You guys see where I'm going with this? You see how people, they have rose tinted glasses, and like when they want to be mad about something, they'll make up something to be mad about it. And I always call that out, and then people get mad and be like, "Oh, why are you bullying people?" I'm not bullying people. I hate when people are full of ish. like you're just mad for no reason. Now, granted, Tower Fantasy, the weapons don't belong. They shouldn't be in the gear type of thing. But I'm saying it for this particular not Tower Fantasy, Tower God. Like Tower Fantasy has 2 different summons things too, but. You guys, you see what I'm talking about? Like, I hope I made a good example, because I know somebody will come in this one and be like, "Hey, why are they making this game and everything?" Oh my God! Like, dog, you don't like idle games. Why are you even here? I mean, the minute that you see is an idle game, you should just be out. Like, nobody needs to hear you why you don't like idle games. All right, we'll catch you guys next video. This is a global game, by the way. Global Eyougame. Again, not really my thing. But, you know, we need to review this so people can see what the game is about. They do have free VIP, but not like other types of VIP. It's time gated. And you see it up there in the top left. Right, it's time gated. You gotta do extra stuff like this. It's not even like the other game where you can just earn it. Though you can earn it, but it's like they want you to do it over time. They don't want you to just be able to do it all in one day, which is okay. So now we'll be up out of here. Like and subscribe, all that good stuff. We are doing the game giveaway. Look in the Discord if you want to and join the game giveaway. It'll be done by the end of the middle of next month, because that's when we started it, in the middle of this month. So good luck to everybody, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thank you, Legends, for getting to the end of the video. We do 3 to 4 videos every day. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can be first in notification squad. I love everybody who stops by, and I will see you next video. Peace.